So what I have in front of me is a roof rack kit that's got an adjustable length, or width rather, so that it can be put on various vehicle applications. These bars right here are 51 inches long, and I have a mark right here that's white. I believe it's 44 inches or 48 inches because that's the width of my car's roof. However, I'm going to put all this together. I'm going to dry fit it and see how much I need to cut off, and then I will put it back together. So first thing I got to do is dry run all of this stuff together. So with this is the side piece. You're just going to drop this nylon nut in. Make sure that the nylon side is up. Drops in. Where's that bracket? So the nut's in. You put in the bracket, flat side up. And then it comes with a short Allen head screw. And then, there it goes. You just screw it in all the way up to the nylon piece, and then it's put together. It only comes with those short ones and these long screws. And all the directions are sitting right in front of me. So as for the part that mounts to or hooks through the side of your door, what I'm doing is I'll put a washer on and then put it like this. Another washer. It doesn't say in the directions to use the washers. It does come with the washers. And the reason that I'm using the washers, anyways, you push it through like so, tighten it as much as you can, drop it through, and then that's your end result. The reason I'm using the washers is because this is what it looks like without the washer, and that just doesn't seem too trustworthy to me. But with the washer, seems a lot more, there you go, seems a lot more secured. So I'll just have to see what it looks like after installation, and I may change it. But for now, that's how I'm doing it. So I've come across my first problem, and that's with the bracket in place. Even if I move it back as far as I can, the bracket is still on top of my sunroof. So I'm gonna have to see about shortening this and then moving it back. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll measure where I need it, probably a little further back, and then I'll bend it at a 90-degree, drill a new hole so that it matches where it needs to in the back, and then cut the rest off. Okay, so I cut one down, well, I bent it and then cut it down, drilled a hole, and this is pretty close. I might have to adjust this a little bit more, but it's pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and I guess I should go ahead and just mount it up and screw it down and see what it looks like, all just bolted all the way down. So this is where I'd want it. I got it secured with the door, and looks like it's in a pretty good position. I'm gonna have to cut the bolt after I finish mounting it, but there's plenty of clearance right here in the front, so I can either tilt or open the sunroof. So I have a dry fit set up. So I have the end piece on, which is going to go on both ends. It's further out on that end because that's how much I'll have to cut off. And what I did was, there's a white line here, and that's what I'm going to use to measure how far out I have to be. And what I got to do now is I have to mark that side and then measure out so that it's even on both sides. I'll put this cap back on. I'm going to mark that, and then I'll have to measure it to make sure that, like I said, it's even on both sides, and then I'll have to do the back. But that's my dry fit for the front. Here's the gap on one side. Here's the gap on the other. So I was doing a dry fit, and to my knowledge, it's good. However, I think the issue is that there's a break right here. So now I have to find a way to mend this before I put everything back together. So I put JB Weld on all four sides just to try and make it a little bit more secure. But even after I've tightened it, I'm going to use self-tapping screws. And I'm going to put them on all four, in all four of the brackets here. And then that way I know it's properly secured. I'm just going to go in straight from the side, go straight into the metal, and that should secure it. I'm only going to use this to put it into position, which is just going to push it up about as high as it can. And then I'm going to use the self-tapping screw to go in from the side. And since I have to wait to let this cure, these foam pieces are supposed to go on the inside of this bracket here. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this bar down to size because I know this is the actual length I need. So even if I don't shorten up these brackets, this will still be the proper size that I need for my roof. So while I was waiting for my JB Weld to dry, I went ahead and made sure that all four of my brackets were the same width, roughly. And then, after the JB Weld dried, I painted it so it's a flat black. And I went ahead and cut down my two bars, or the other bar, to the same length. So that way everything is kind of symmetrical, I guess. Now I'm going to dry fit everything and see how it fits. So I have my dry run complete on the front part. I'm going to double check everything. I have it measured on both sides so it's even. And once I have everything checked, I'm going to have a self-tapping screw that I'm going to put in to help secure this, because I have rebroken the top of this again. But the self-tapping screw through the side should help keep this secured better, even if that was the case where it wasn't broken. Alright, so now I have the back one set up. Now that it's about where I want it, I'm going to put my self-tapping screws in and then tighten everything down. Alright, so now the back has been secured. So things that I had to do, just as a recap, is the mounting brackets. I had to adjust those to make them actually fit the vehicle, so I could not only fit it on my vehicle, but to also adjust for the sunroof. I had to cut the bars, the crossbars on the top down, again to make sure that they fit said vehicle. And then because these are all plastic and the top broke on one of them, just to be extra safe, I put self-tapping screws through all four of them. You can see the two in the back here and here, and then they're actually on the opposite side of this one, to make sure everything's secured and properly mounted. I can't say that this is the proper way to make sure that they're secured properly, but they're mounted on there pretty good. So one of the things I need to do is I need to tilt my sunroof and see if the screws that are protruding out need to be cut, or if I can leave them the way they are and just lift and lower the sunroof.